Well, I mean, he fought his way to be the king. Might as well give him one more honor. One more honor. So, Oscar nominees are out. Not something I would usually talk about, because honestly, the only reason I pay attention to the Oscars at all is because I'm in an Oscar pool, and the party that that the people in the pool get to go to also has really good food. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't pay attention to the Oscars at all anymore. But I do, and Black Panther got nominated for Best Picture, which is good. That's not a bad thing. I think it's a nice acknowledgement on multiple levels. I think it's a nice acknowledgement of the validity of blockbuster filmmaking by an entity that very rarely acknowledges blockbuster films anymore, along with a validity to what is the biggest genre in film right now, which is superhero films, and also honoring what it was undeniably, regardless of what you think of the film itself, it was undeniably a cultural touchstone this year. Yet, at the same time, it can't help but feel a bit token on a lot of fronts. So, oh boy, where do we start? Well, first off, let's backtrack a little bit. The Oscars ditched the whole, oh, we're gonna have a most popular film category concept. Good, because that was really dumb. That was gonna really bite them in the butt, and especially this year because, as I think it was Bob Chipman pointed out, that if they did make that category, Black Panther would be the presumed front runner, and just imagine how bad it would look if Black Panther won what was a literal separate but equal Best Picture Oscar. Ugh. So yeah, that was a good idea for them to not do it. But the reason I can't get super excited about this, the way that, you know, I was able to get excited, like say when the Lord of the Rings films got all, you know, each year all got nominated for a whole bunch of stuff, because that was also a genre that didn't really get its due from Hollywood, in that case being fantasy. It was also blockbuster films. And, you know, the reason that this can't give me that same sense of yeah is that, well, I looked at what the categories it was nominated in were. So yes, it was nominated for Best Picture, which is obviously the prize. That's the big one. And it's got, how many nominations total? It's got 6, which is respectable. Until you start looking at specifically what they are, or more specifically at what they aren't. Now, it's generally not a good sign when, or at least a good sign in terms of the prospects of it actually winning, when a Best Picture nominee doesn't also have a corresponding Best Director or Best Screenplay or Best Actor in any category. Actor, actress, supporting actress, none of it. Basically, Black Panther is up for Best Picture, and then from there, it's all just technicals. It's score, and it's costume design, and it's sound mixing, and it's production design, and it's sound editing. Not even hair and makeup, which should have been a no-brainer. So, it is nominated for the big prize and then a bunch of technicals. Like, it's not going to win. There's absolutely no chance that it's going to win. I would have hoped there would have been an outside chance for a nomination for Michael B. Jordan in the supporting actor category. That didn't happen. I wasn't really expecting Ryan Coogler to get a Best Director nomination, but overall, I just can't help but look at that and go, you know, this is one of those years that you guys are really grateful that you expanded the list of nominees for Best Picture to up to 10. Isn't it? Because this is just the kind of move where they're putting it there to look better than they are. And by better, I don't mean that like the other films nominated aren't worth it, or that they aren't good, or that the Academy has no idea what it's talking about. What I just mean, the Academy, I mean Hollywood in general, but the Academy specifically has at this point a long-running reputation for being very out of touch. And this, I mean, this has the same feel of like Avatar getting nominated. It's like, see? We like big popular movies too. Yeah, but it's not gonna win, so who cares? I mean, that said, it is, if they were going to nominate, somewhat tokenly, a blockbuster superhero film, I think this was the one to go with. And that's not even necessarily because I think it's the best superhero film that came out this year. I actually don't think it is. If you go back and look at my top 10 movies of 2018, there were 2 superhero movies. Well, no, 3, but one of them was a direct to DVD, so that wouldn't have been up for it anyway. But 2 Oscar qualifying superhero released movies that I ranked above Black Panther. So I don't even think it was the best film, but I do think that if you were going to nominate one, that's the one to go with. Because the thing to remember about the Oscars is that as much as they may use terms like Best Picture, Best Actor, this show and these awards are by their nature a combination self-congratulatory party and sort of political sideshow. And by political, I don't necessarily mean Washington politics like Democrat and Republican politics. I mean Hollywood politics. This is the chance for, you know, the people who live in these friggin' mansions and are responsible for a ton of money try and look appealing. I mean, because a big part of the point of the Oscars is to sell the mythology of Hollywood. And if that mythology of Hollywood isn't appealing to your average moviegoer at all, then it's failing. So part of the way you get it to appeal is by nominating movies people have actually seen. Which, of course, as I've said, almost never win. But it does seem to show a certain recognition of the importance of, and especially like, if you're gonna nominate something that was never gonna win, you might as well have that nomination have some meaning in and of itself. And I do think there is some meaning to be had by nominating a movie like Black Panther for, if only in an acknowledgement of its cultural relevance and as a touchstone for the moment in time when it came out and what it meant to a great deal of people. I do think there is a certain amount of validity in doing that, given the fact that it's not going to win and it was never going to win. You know, if it's going to be a throwaway nomination anyway, this is still a way to grant it some vague degree of relevance. But yeah, it's not going to win. As far as other Oscar nominees that are up go, I don't really have too much to say. I have seen almost none of the other major nominees. Like, I can't even remember. I haven't seen Black Klansman. I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody. I haven't seen The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, Star is Born, Vice. Black Panther is the only Best Picture nominee I've seen. Supporting Actress, Beale Street, Favorite. Oh God, I haven't seen any of these. I haven't seen any of the movies that the Best Supporting Actor or Best Supporting Actress categories are nominated in. I haven't seen any of the films that the Best Actor and Best Actress nominees are in. I haven't seen any of the movies that director are nominated for. Like, I haven't seen any of these. So, like, I have basically nothing to say about these other nominees because they're the pretty standard end of year art, you know, but still kind of safe for the most part, sort of films that generally get nominated and tend to win. It's a pretty boring lineup. And, you know, with Black Panther trying desperately to add a little bit of spice to the proceedings. And again, it's not that there's no value in it, but it's pretty superficial at the end of the day. So, Black Panther up for Best Picture. Did I just completely put a damper on people being excited about this? I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out in the comments. What are your thoughts about it? Whatever they are, drop something down in the comments. let's talk about it. A whole bunch of stuff to do. There's buttons and there's links and there's things to check out. Go check them out down below. There's a link to my Patreon if you want to support me that way. There is P.O. Box, all sorts of stuff. But if you don't want to look at any of it, that is okay. Because at the end of the day, you are the council, and I just run the meetings. And until next time, this council is adjourned.